Last week, I challenged myself to drink 1 gallon of water every day for 7 days, and it actually made a huge difference to my energy levels, how I felt, and how many times I had to pee in a day. Let's actually start there because I don't want you to underestimate the impact of needing to pee way more frequently. So weeks before the challenge, I tallied up my average of how many times I peed per day, which was 5. According to bladderandbowel.org, the average healthy person can pee anywhere between 4 to 10 times per day. During the challenge, this number tripled to quadrupled. I unfortunately didn't count the last 2 days, but for 5 days, the average was about 17 to 18 times per day, depending on how you counted it, because I would need to pee in the middle of the night a couple times. 17 to 18 times per day is more than the waking hours in a day for someone who sleeps for 8 hours. It actually can be very disruptive for events, so I had to redo days 6 and 7 on different days since I went to Big Bear and LA to film something, and I didn't want to tell my friends or my client, wait, I need to pee, like every single 45 minutes. Ironically, events like hiking, where you could use the water the most, are the events you probably don't want to drink 1 gallon of water because you'll need to pee during the hike a lot. So that is the major downside of this whole thing, and I just wanted to get it out of the way. The upside, which is a big upside, is that I felt a world of a difference the first 3 days in terms of energy. Before the challenge, I felt super tired and found it really hard to get out of bed. It might have something to do with me going to the desert and doing some intense hikes the previous 2 weeks before this challenge. So I might have been really dehydrated, and consuming that large amount of water rehydrated me. Out of all the habit challenges I've done so far, this one is the one I feel like can make a huge difference in your life instantly, assuming you don't drink enough water already. I think for the last 2 to 3 days, I became a lot more normalized to the water and its effects weren't as noticeable. But I still think I feel more energized with it rather than without it. So how difficult is this challenge? The first day, I wasn't sure if I could actually finish the full 1 gallon. I've done a challenge drinking 3 liters of water for 30 days before, and it was tough to finish that sometimes. A gallon is about 3.8 liters, so I seriously questioned if I could do it, but somehow I just adapted and each day became easier until it really wasn't that much of a challenge to drink 1 gallon. It also helps that I had a gallon bottle that gave me time indicators for how much I was supposed to drink by that time. I'll leave a link down below to the specific bottle I use. I will say there was a day that was very strange. My friend thinks I got water poisoning by drinking too much at once. What happened was, on day 5, I went to watch Ant-Man, and I didn't want to pee during the movie, so I didn't drink much beforehand. Then after the movie, we ate hot pot, I went back home and drank about 750 milliliters of water at once. It was kind of a lot and it made my stomach feel super big. Now, the super strange thing that happened was that I didn't need to pee at all that night after I drank the water. Normally, I would need to pee 1 to 3 times for all the other days, but for that night, all that happened was me feeling like I had a really big and stuffed stomach, and when I woke up the next morning, my stomach felt really weird, and when I went to pee, some water came out of my mouth. It was only like a few tablespoons, so it wasn't like I threw up, but nothing like that has ever happened before, so I found it very odd. This was the same day that I hung out with my friends at Big Bear, and interestingly, throughout the day, I just kept feeling better and better despite doing a lot of physical activity and it being a long day. I'm still unsure what exactly happened that day, but my theory is that whatever I ate during the hot pot somehow absorbed and kept the water in me throughout the night, and somehow it was used as an energy source throughout the day for Big Bear. It's just a theory, but my friends were telling me about how it can be dangerous to drink too much water at once. According to different sources, men should drink about 3.7 liters of water per day, while it's 2.7 liters for women. Of course, there are a lot of different factors that change this, like weight, age, physical activity, environment, and so on. So long as you're drinking the water spread out through the day, you should be fine. I also noticed that I felt a lot hungrier while doing this challenge. This might have something to do with drinking too much water, which can cause you to pee out a lot of the electrolytes and ruin your internal balance. I made up for this by eating more, but perhaps that's not the best thing to do long term. And that's why I made this a 7-day challenge. And honestly, I was mostly curious about how much more I would need to pee compared to my normal amount. But I'm really happy with the overall results, and I think this helped me kickstart my water drinking habit back to what it was before. At the end of the day, that's what these challenges are for, to push myself to improve some part of my life in a permanent way. So I'm gonna try my best to drink 3 liters of water a day from here on out, to keep up the energy while reducing the pee amount. So, should you try this challenge? If you're feeling low on energy and feel like it can perhaps be related to dehydration, definitely try out a variation. It doesn't have to be a gallon, but it should perhaps be 1 liter more than what you're used to. Even if you think it's not dehydration, Try it anyways and see if it makes any positive difference. All you need to do to get started is to find a good water bottle that shows you how much you need to drink and to refill it every morning. Then keep it with you wherever you go and drink from it whenever you feel slightly thirsty. Best of luck if you do end up trying it. I hope you found the breakdown of this 7-day challenge useful. I'll be doing more of these, so be sure to like and subscribe to see more. Until then, stay hydrated, my friends.